No, he's still playing for the red dimension, but needs a bit of a bounce with the cushion. Now, if he's landed on that,
34.
to play that shot with your left hand and get that pinpoint position was superb. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, now that's a couple of little things that's happened this evening, and we haven't seen this for quite some time, but he is disgusted with himself. But he could have damaged the cue the way he hit that on the table there. Quite a while since we've seen Ronnie react like that. He's going to have to regain his composure. That's a poor shot from Matthew. This red, in fact, will cut into the right corner. That's certainly not what he played. He was trying to get in behind the black there, and he smiles away. Oh, but they've had a laugh about it afterwards there. Oh. No,
All right, fellas, just play on, yeah?
That's unusual. Right. Now this is got a little bit, it looked like it was a bit funny there, but the referee got involved. It's far from funny.
Told you there was an edge to this match.
He's not a happy person at the moment, so I know there's not a lot of room around, but I've never ever seen that before in 40 years at the Crucible Theatre.
.36.
Quite a congested situation to the left of the black spot, which O'Sullivan has given a lot of thought to solving.
.43.
O'Sullivan is a true professional in that he aspires to play the game perfectly. Nobody can do that all the time, but he achieves it in patches. And even his second best is extremely formidable.
Because it goes by miles. Yeah, yes.
Is there a problem with the black spot?
Yep.
It doesn't.
Like that before.
Yeah, it is now.
It doesn't. It rolls off.
Terrible.
Just play the shot, please.
It's terrible. You've done it so it don't go.
No, it goes.
Yeah, it goes now. Because I've told you to put it on.
That's why I checked it.
It's terrible. Twice.
Just play the shot, please.
Twice. I've had to tell you.
Well, some difference of opinion about the spotting of the black. O'Sullivan has previously had one or two clashes with Terry Camilleri at the Masters last year.
Foul. Can you please move out of the way? Thank you. Both, Monique. Both go away, please.
Both of them. They're not professionals at all.
Can you just go back and leave? Not inside, Monique, please. Yeah, they're gone, Ronnie. That will do, thank you.
Yeah.
Sixth.
Ronnie just making sure the referee can keep up.
Smiling away is Ronnie. Reyes. Everybody's smiling, but it's not very funny, I can tell you, from the Ronnie camp. And this is the last frame before the mid-session interval. It's the type of shot that he usually pots when he's flowing, but looking at that, he's got away with it slightly. Well, Ronnie, he's up on the chair. What's going on out there? That's the first time since 1977. I've been coming to the Crucible since 77. I've never seen anyone stand on their seat to look at a shot. Maybe the referee was in the way, but very, very unusual. This is a big frame for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes, I will suggest patience is a virtue, as far as Ronnie's concerned at the moment.
Well, this is another example. If he doesn't fancy the pot, he's overran his position. Just glance off the red to the right of the white, and he's got the perfect safety shot.
Cue ball cleaned again. Ronnie sat there suffering. He's taken over 5 minutes for this break of 12 by Peter.
5 minutes and 20 seconds. We keep saying it. Ronnie made that maximum here in 1997.
There you go. We're just past that 5 minutes 20 seconds, and the break's 12. Well, for all the time he took, in the end, he missed the red.
Well, Ronnie's looking at him, but that's amazing. Peter's not even wanting to look anywhere near Ronnie, but what a reaction from Ronnie O'Sullivan there. A lot of psychology going on out there, John.
Well, there is, and I think Ronnie purposely... I mean, normally, Ronnie would have been out of his seat like a greyhound, wouldn't he? But he just wanted to sit there and wait for Peter to come back to his seat, so he could give him, well, whatever luck. But Ronnie trying to force the issue, and he's not good on the colour.
He's got to take the black on. The red's over the pocket. It's a tricky black. Big shot coming up. This is tough. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just on the top jaw. I think Ronnie there was on the verge of conceding. This is a war of the mind, this.
He just checked as he walked away from the table there, and I wasn't quite sure, because in the past Ronnie has conceded frames with 12 and 13 reds on the table, John.
I think he was on the verge of conceding, because he now knows that this is a good, easy chance for Peter, and Peter's going to make the most of it. And how right he was, because Peter Ebden has got a red and a black, and he'll be struggling without taking a big risk to get any more. I'm afraid that's sending out all the wrong messages to Peter Ebden. Peter Ebdon will be thinking it's working.
And once again he's overcut it. But he's covered it, so there's no pot for Ronnie to go at.
And for the first time this evening we're having shouts of "Come on, Ronnie." I think this packed Crucible audience realise that there's a problem for the defending champion here, but that was an excellent shot. The touch there, exquisite.
Well, I'm afraid we might see a few touches here because there's very little else that Peter Ebdon can do here. We need a touching ball to resolve this.
Well, yes, with that red over the corner, but there's quite a big target there, isn't there, with the pink, the yellow, the brown.
That's what I was saying, John. If you can get a touching ball, it's easy to run up there, isn't it? And that could be touching.
He's not giving it. He'd have said when the referee has a look. He thinks it's touching. Well, Peter Ebdon's having a closer look.
There's a gap. There's a gap there.
Owen Brindhead said there's a gap there.
There's a gap. There's a gap there.
There's a gap. Peter Ebdon doesn't believe him. Ronnie's going to come and have a look.
Well, who's got the best eyesight? 2-1, John.
2-1. Ronnie agrees with the referee.
Give it a nudge.
Ronnie said, "I'll give the table a nudge." Peter not impressed.
If it had been touching, you see, he could have ran up the table and covered that red. He'd got the yellow, the brown and the pink to cover behind. Hasn't quite hit it.
Peter Ebdon 46.
Well, Ronnie's coming to the table. He needs this red, a black, and then he'll have to start looking for a few snookers.
One.
And the red's in a pretty good position to get a good snooker in behind the black. Well, he's gone too far. He snookered himself here.
Yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. You know, 46 behind, one snooker on this red and a free ball would give him a chance. And there's the snooker.
Sullivan.
Well, Peter, just looking over this, and John and Ken in the studio with me, what's your view of what we've been seeing, particularly in this frame, because the two men really winding one another up out there?
Well, they are, Hazel, and I think Ronnie is just completely frustrated. I mean, Peter, it's really bordering on ridiculous. I mean, I like Peter and all, but he's just taking way too long. I mean, 5 minutes for a 12 break. I know he has Ronnie, he has him where he wants him, but it's just a little bit ridiculous what he's doing, and it's unfortunate really, because it's been a good match, but it's really gone overboard now at the moment.
What should the referee, Colin Brindhead, be doing out there now, in your opinion, John?
Well, he can apply the rule and give him a warning for slow play, certainly in that instance. I mean, to be making a 12 break and take longer than Ronnie made to make a maximum, that really is, it's gone beyond the borders there really of fair play, I think. I mean, it's just too long. I mean, I know he's not there to make it easy for Ronnie. I understand that, but he's taking far too long. He knows what shot he's going to play, and it's not good at the minute.
He does miss. And there's his long putt success. He's only down to 52%.
Volume. I think one or two are just a bit low.
Mark Selby at 70%.
Well, that's the ready play ahead. Is he going to play to land on it or catch it thin and get back up the table? But it's a tough one to catch it thin. Oh, well judged. It's a tricky little shot he's attempting there, but it's so easy to push that. Mark has left them so close together that you've got to play away from it, otherwise you could finish up playing a push shot. Push shot is where the tip, the object ball and the cue ball are all together at the same time.
He doesn't want to leave this touching. I think it is a touching ball, and Ronnie is just coming out to question it. I know the referee's wearing glasses, but he says it's not. Well, hopefully, would you see that? I think you'll have to go to Specsavers, that referee, Dennis.
There's no way in a million years that will touch it. Check it on the screen. I checked it before. I don't think
Well, the thing is, sometimes it can rock back a little bit.
Yeah.
Ronnie's still convinced it's not touching, but it's the referee's choice. If the referee says it's touching, then Mark's got to play away.
It's not moved. I know it hasn't moved. I checked it before I walked back.
Well, I'm sorry, Ray.
Before I walked back, that ball
Now, Ronnie, just settle down. Just don't get yourself upset. If the referee says it's touching, just well, that looks touching. You see,
You're playing from touching the ball.
Well, sometimes, as you said, Dennis, the ball can sometimes rock back, and it is made a difference. Because the fact that those balls are touching, it certainly does make a difference, because Mark Selby can just play away and put Ronnie in a bit of trouble here. But he is very annoyed, Ronnie. It's not something he wants to get too upset with. Now, I hope it doesn't upset him too much, Dennis, because well, he's just said to the referee he needs to get his eyes tested, and
from our camera shot, and we were in very close, it looked touching. Maybe when Ronnie first glanced at it, there might have been a slight gap, and you know, they can move, but the referee can only have a look, and if he sees that they're touching, he's got to declare a touching ball, and that looks as if it's touching. Meanwhile, Ronnie's played a very good safety shot, and Leo Scullion from Glasgow, former policeman. It's not going to reach this time.
Foul and a miss. Brian O'Sullivan, 4.
He'll have this replaced. He's just having a look to see what's on. But
he's just coming out to see if they're touching this time. They're definitely not touching this time. Well, Ronnie could get a warning here, actually, because he is very annoyed. He's had a couple of goes at the referee now, and the referee may warn him. He's certainly entitled to. This has been an absolute classic match, and I hope an incident like this doesn't ruin this. And I certainly hope Ronnie doesn't let it get to him too much.